Hey everyone, it's Josh from Easy Crypto, and I'm here again to give you another installment. This is number 2 of crypto scams and how to avoid them. And today's episode focuses particularly on YouTube scams, which is quite pertinent as, of course, you're watching on YouTube as we speak. So hopefully this will give you a quick little overview about the types of scams that we're seeing on YouTube and how to avoid those. So really, there is one main type of scam on YouTube at the moment, and then a secondary type of scam, which we can make you aware of as well. So without further ado, we'll just get straight into it, and we'll just flick through a quick little article here just to give you an understanding of what we're talking about. So the main thing that we're talking about today, really, YouTube has a Bitcoin scam problem, as the lawsuit alleges. So this article goes in to give lots of information about what's going on, but I'll give you the headlines. Steve Wozniak of Apple fame is the biggest name which has been involved in this at this point, and we'll give a bit more detail too. So he's currently suing YouTube over a Bitcoin scam. So I'll give you some more information as to quite what's going on there. And it breaks down like this. So if we run the logic that horrible, scammy, nasty people want to try and get you to part with your hard-earned Bitcoin so they can make loads of money for sitting at home being general pains in society. So the scam goes a little bit like this. Using YouTube's live feature, people are taking some software and are using pre-recorded videos and then using the software to make it look as if those pre-recorded videos are live. So what's happening is you get people that are big fans of crypto, that have lots of positive things to say about crypto, like Steve Wozniak, who is really excited about technology and, you know, has been on stage talking about Bitcoin in the various roles which he does, being the person that he is. So what unfortunately is happening is the scammers have taken that very legitimate, very honest footage of Steve Wozniak on stage at a previous event in time. They're then replaying that footage live, but in one of these little small screen windows, you know, a little bit like how I can, you know, make this little small screen window here. So they're doing that with just basic video software. And then instead of it being the majority of the rest of the screen being like I am here talking to you, what they'll do is they'll have lots of text on the screen here that basically says, in simple terms, if you send us 0.1 Bitcoin or any amount of Bitcoin, we'll send you back 0.2. Pay us at this address. But it comes a little bit more maliciously than that, because instead of it saying, hey, us, we're the scammers, pay us, it says Steve Wozniak is feeling generous and he wants to give away some of his money, which of course is completely ridiculous. Nobody is going to just, if you pay them £1, is going to give you £2 back. That's not how the world works. But unfortunately, some people seem to think that Bitcoin works that way for some ungodly reason. So it preys upon Steve Wozniak and other famous people. I think this article alludes to 17 other people that have been used in this way. So it takes very legitimate people with very legitimate opinions, unfortunately puts their name to something that's really bad and malicious, and insinuates that they are going to give away some crypto. If you send them a little bit of crypto, they're feeling generous and they're going to give a little bit more. So it preys on people that are naive to the sector. It preys on people that think these people have exorbitant amounts of money, so they're happy just to give some away. This can be wrapped up in like a Corona donation or a, you know, insert world event of choice donation. I'm feeling generous at the moment, so I'm going to give you some extra money. Send me £1 and I'll give you £2 back. Send me 0.1 Bitcoin, I'll send you 0.2 Bitcoin back. Of course, that's ridiculous and is not a real thing, but it obviously tarnishes the name of these very influential people. And unfortunately, they have very positive things to say about the crypto sector, and they've taken that bit of footage where they are legitimately talking about crypto and Bitcoin and blockchain, which then, whilst that's played with this scam text that's next to it, of course, doesn't read too well for the average person that just stumbles across this. So people end up going, "Ooh, well, Steve's rich, so he wants to give away some money. Ooh, there's a video of him talking about Bitcoin. Ooh, maybe it's legit." And unfortunately end up sending money to these addresses and, of course, never receive double back. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So there's many of you watching this going, well, duh, obviously, why would you just send money to someone if they're going to pay you double back? That's stupid. And yes, it is. But unfortunately, there are some people that get sucked into this. And of course, the reason why the scammers are clever to some extent is, of course, they prey on those vulnerabilities of people. They prey on the trust which someone like Steve Wozniak has built over a career of producing some amazing technologies and services. And unfortunately, people fall victim to that because they think it's legitimate at that time. They'll often have it on some type of fake YouTube channel, you know, make up a fake Steve Wozniak channel, and they'll do all these things to kind of make it look as legitimate as possible. So I feel really sorry for Steve and the other celebrities caught up in this. It's a horrible thing to have their reputation tarnished. And of course, as you can see, they're in the middle of suing YouTube because these videos, even though they exist, I think many people flagged them and reported them, and they either keep popping up again or they were up for quite a long time. So I think this is all about YouTube not getting on top of these things as fast as they possibly should have done, or at least that seems to be what the cases are alleging to at this point in time. So that's kind of the majority of crypto scams at the moment. Again, it all follows the same basis that the scams do, in the fact that they take advantage of people's naivety, they take advantage of trust that exists in other places and tries to use that to manipulate people. But of course, it comes down to all the basics when it comes down to avoiding scams. You know, does this sound too good to be true? Why is someone send me twice as much money as before? Why would Steve Wozniak just decide to give me half of his money or double whatever I give him? Or again, so just take a step back, use some rationale. Bitcoin is money. Think of it in those terms for those of you that still aren't quite clear on that. So if someone came up to you on the street and said, hey, if I give you £10, if you give me £10, I'm going to give you 20, you would obviously stop and think, well, why? Why would that person do that? And again, this is a perfect example, but just by moving those goalposts slightly, and instead of using pounds and pence or dollars or euros, people are using Bitcoin. And unfortunately, because people still don't exactly understand what Bitcoin is and how it works, they somehow think that's miraculously possible. So let me make it very clear, it is not. Do not do this. It is not a good thing to do. So that's the majority of what seems to be going on at YouTube at the moment. There is also a second little thing that's going on in YouTube too, which follows this very directly, is that people are making fake YouTube accounts which may resemble the channel name. So for example, under say the original footage of maybe Steve Wozniak being on stage or another celebrity, people are making fake accounts of these companies or individuals and then replying to comments below those videos, pretending to be that genuine individual or business, and then saying, hey, again, pay me 0.1 Bitcoin and I'll pay you 0.2 back. So again, they're using the same messaging, but the communication channel is different. Rather than a video, they're doing it in the comment section as well. So the black and white of it is, the top and bottom of it is just do not ever send anybody Bitcoin on the promise of receiving more back than you send. You cannot reverse Bitcoin transactions. Do not do it. Sounds real simple, but unfortunately, you know, many millions of pounds have been taken from people under these type of scams, and it will continue to go up as the value of the coins do so. So please do not get wrapped up in these things. No one is going to send you free Bitcoin. No one is going to give you away free money. This is not how the industry works. So don't fall for these things. And if big celebrities are claiming that they're going to willingly give you some money, again, not the case. So as you'll see in part 3, so part 1 was emails, which there'll be links to below. Part 3, again, which there's also going to be links below down there for. Part 3 works on a very similar technique as to the thing I'm describing here, but in pertinence to the Twitter scandal, which just happened very recently in regards to celebrities' Twitter accounts being hacked, and Bitcoin trying to be extracted from the general public there too. So top tips for this one is, again, stop, step back, use some logic and rationale to understand what's going on. Try to exchange Bitcoin with money. It is money. So again, if someone approached you, if a celebrity approached you saying, hey, give me this much, I'm going to give you more back, would that make any sense to you? Would you truly do that? I don't think you would. So don't let the fact that it's in Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency confuse the obviously good logic that you already have to get carried away in this. So again, if anything does look suspicious, stop and Google things, have a little look around. It's very common that if you see a video like this, other people will have seen it too, so there's probably going to be forum posts and different pages and various different things which will give you a good indication of it being legit or not. And of course, you can always have a look around, give us a message if you think anything out there looks suspicious, and of course myself and my team will be happy to help and assist you in there. But the top and bottom of it is do not give any Bitcoin to anyone unless you explicitly know that company and you are explicitly purchasing a good or a service, knowingly and willingly, happily exchanging Bitcoin for that product or service. If someone randomly contacts you wanting Bitcoin or crypto or asking for this much and getting this much back, do not do it. The old adage is true. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So I've been Josh from Easy Crypto. Hope you've enjoyed this little video, and we'll get to the third video installment in the links below. Give this a little like and a subscribe, and we'll happily see you soon. Take care.